Today we are diving into the high-stakes world of soda ash, an unassuming chemical that is powering everything from glass window to India's solar revolution. GHCL, India's second largest soda ash producer, is doubling down with an audacious plan to nearly double its capacity by 2030. But with China flooding the market and global prices under pressure, can GHCL outmaneuver the dragon and seize the opportunities of a green energy boom? Let's unpack their strategies, their risk, and vision of self-reliant India. We have with us Mr. R S Jalan, Managing Director of GHCL Ltd. Thank you for joining with PTI.
Thank you, Lakshmi.
GHCL is making headlines with the plan to nearly double its soda ash capacity to 2.3 million tons by 2030 through a massive Greenfield project in Gujarat. Where does this ambitious project stand today, and when is it expected to commission?
See, Lakshmi, this journey of a million to 2 million ton means 1.2 million ton to 2.3 million ton. We have envisaged around 6 to 7 years before. And we are at this point of a time, almost all major formalities has been completed, like your environmental clearances has been obtained. Major part of the land has already been purchased, but some small portion of the lands are under purchasing, and hopefully I think and some small approvals are also further required. So yes, at this point of a time we are not started the physical activity of this, but hopefully in another 6 to 7 months we will be able to start the activity. But we are very clear. Earlier we were thinking about that we will be going for these two plants in the 2 phases, and we will complete this 1 million ton by 2030. That stand up to 2030 remains. That means we'll be completing both these projects, both these phases by 2030. We are very confident on that.
China controls nearly half the world's soda ash supply and its exports are relentless. How will GHCL Gujarat expansion give it an edge in this cutthroat global market by 2030?
Lakshmi, if you look at in terms of the China, yes, you are right. China has around 45% of the global capacity, and they are expanding also. And this definitely will have a kind of a challenge. But the good part is that India itself has a very big opportunity of a growth because of the ambitious target of around 300 gigawatt of solar investment, which is likely to happen in India. Against that, only 119 gigawatt capacity right now is there. So this demand growth in India is likely to be significantly higher. I think this 1 million ton plant definitely we will be able to absorb into the growth of the soda ash demand which is happening.
So what kind of growth you are expecting for the next 2 quarters?
In terms of the growth, volume growth are not there, Lakshmi, because like I said, even these 2 new projects which are coming is likely to come, full benefit will be coming next year. This year volume growth will not be there, but of course, and because of this oversupply situation, even we are not visualizing any significant margin improvement also into the business.
And overall annual figure, like fiscal year?
Fiscal year, very difficult at this point of a time to kind of predict on that number. But if you look at in terms of the medium to long terms, soda ash, as you rightly said, soda ash has a very high growth potential going forward. After this 1.1 million tons comes, and before that also, because of this bigger growth in the next year, probably things may look better next year.
Big projects come with big risk. What hurdles does GHCL foresee in delivering this Greenfield project on time and within budget, and how is it planning to fund this project?
So far, as you rightly said, in terms of whenever the big plan comes, it comes with the risk, and obviously we have to navigate those risks, and we are navigating those risks. In terms of the cost competitiveness or the margin on this project, we have a history of 40 years, and we have been a margin leader, and we have seen this kind of a oversupply situation in the globe before also. I am reasonably confident that we will be able to navigate this challenge also. The second point which you saw was how are you going to fund it? See, we have a very healthy balance sheet. At this point of time, we have almost around 1,000 crores of the cash on the balance sheet. We are a debt-free company, and we are going to fund this complete project by debt and equity. And equity debt will never be kind of a more than 0.6 to 0.7 times of the equity. So we will be very well funded in terms of, and we don't see any risk in that.
India's solar and electric vehicle sectors are driving a surge in soda ash demand. How is GHCL positioning its new capacity to fuel these industries, and what portion of production is earmarked for exports?
Lakshmi, if you look at, like I said, 119 gigawatt to 300 gigawatt, it's a big opportunity. And the entire project which we are envisaging will be, mostly it will be used for the solar glass because we are putting a very large capacity of the dense plant. Second, this plant which we are putting up is a very highly going to be energy efficient. It is going to be environmental friendly. We are bringing a new technology into that, and definitely this will help it to kind of both the mission. On one side, the supporting to this mission of the government in terms of the solar, and second is even the environmental footprint also we will be able to support on that.
And what portion of the production will be earmarked for exports?
Export will not be very significant, Lakshmi, because historically also India is not exporting a large quantity, but maybe around 10 to 15% will be focused on the export market.
Solar panels and EV batteries are the future, and GHCL sees opportunity. How is the company aligning its expansion to ride the clean energy wave by 2030?
Very valid, Lakshmi. There are two things. One is that we ourselves, we are the new investment which we are making it is towards that green energy initiative of the dream of our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, that solar investments. And this soda ash will help to achieve that dream. Number one. Number two, in terms of the battery, of course, the soda ash plant or the current as well as the new plant, this will be capable of supplying the soda ash for that segment as well. In addition to that, GHCL has also taken a mission, and we are on track on that, of 30% environmental reduction by 2030. And we are ahead of the target which we have taken in our initiative.
India is aiming for 300 gigawatts of solar power by 2030, and soda ash is a critical ingredient. Why is this chemical so vital to the green energy transition, and how will GHCL meet the skyrocketing domestic demand?
See, in solar, as you rightly say, solar glass, any type of glass, soda ash is a must, because to produce the glass you need soda ash. So this is a very, very critical raw material for solar glass, and solar glass is required for the solar investments. So GHCL, I would say that GHCL has taken these steps much before in terms of dreaming for this 1.1 million tons of the new soda ash plant, which will definitely help to kind of fulfill this dream of 300 gigawatt of the solar investment coming into India.
Gujarat produces 95% of India's soda ash, giving GHCL a home turf advantage. How will the company leverage this geography and cutting-edge technology to slash costs and dominate the market?
Again, Lakshmi, very important questions. In terms of the two things, technology, I think I'm really very excited that the kind of a innovation and the kind of a technological input which we are bringing in both the side, on the operation side, which is on the production side, and also on the side of the day-to-day operation which we do. We are using on the AI also. In many of the equipments, we are putting up some AI technology into that. And the new plant which we are coming is going to be definitely going to be much more technologically advanced plant, and definitely this we are adopting this whole process of the digital transformation.
India still imports 20% of the soda ash despite being a production powerhouse. How does GHCL plan to reduce the dependency and champion a self-reliant India under Make in India program?
Again, very important, because that is one of the mission of the GHCL, is that how do we kind of fulfill the dream, or we become one of the constituent of fulfilling the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister of making India self-reliant. And this 1.1 million ton is to the journey towards that only, that we will be able to, because 1 million ton of the new capacity, which is currently at this point of a time almost around 1 million ton of the new import is coming into India. So this 1.1 million ton will, at least to that extent, will be able to kind of overcome that. And we will continue to have this journey going forward also, expansion beyond this 1.1 million ton also, once we stabilize on this 1.1 million ton.
GHCL is not just betting on soda ash. It's diversifying into bromine and vacuum salt. How do these ventures bolster the company's bottom line and shield it from the market volatility?
Yes, I think very rightly you touched upon on this point, because see, historically GSL has been a soda ash company, and diversification of the product basket is also a kind of a strategic call which we have taken, and we have been moving on this vacuum salt and also the bromine projects. First and foremost, the vacuum salt which we are producing is going to be reducing our, because we are producing entire energy which is required for the vacuum salt are being used waste energy. So this is going to be a green vacuum salt, you can say, per se. And the second is cost, also it will be very important because the energy cost will be almost zero. So keeping that into mind, this will definitely help in terms of improving our margin. That way also bromine also. Bromine, of course, is a small step at this point of a time. We are going to produce only 2,800 tons. And this also from our existing infrastructure, what we have in our salt field, we are going to produce. That is going to be an additional product into our basket, and that will add to the profitability of the company.
The soda ash market is a roller coaster with prices swinging on a global whims. How does GHCL's push into bromine and vacuum salt act as a buffer against these cycles?
Yes, definitely the other product basket definitely going to kind of add to your protection, to your margin, and surely this is going to definitely help us on that.
So, whether the production has begun or?
Production, Lakshmi, is likely to be by end of December. Means January onwards, we will be having both these operations. Should be, of course, some trial run and all those things will happen. Hopefully, you can say that entire benefit of this full year benefit will be coming in next year.
Sustainability is not just a buzzword, it's a mandate. How is GHCL embedding green technology in the new plant to meet demand while chasing carbon neutrality and dodging environmental red flags?
Very rightly you said, Lakshmi. I think the green or the carbon neutrality is not something which is, I would say, for us, it is a must. It is a must because we believe this for the future of the country, for the future of the Indian generations. It is very important that we quickly achieve India achieve the target of carbon neutrality, and we are taking many steps on that. On one side, on our existing plant, we have taken 30% of the of carbon reductions in next 5 years, and we are at this point of a time we are ahead of the target what we have taken, and we are very sure that we will be able to achieve that. There are many steps which we are taking in that, be it a plantation of what you call mangrove plantation in the area, or the carbon reduction in terms of the generation of the carbon itself, efficiency, those kind of things. Second, the new Greenfield project is going to be completely modern plant. It is going to be much less carbon emission than the existing typical plant which we have. Our benchmark will be better than the global standard which we have in the.
With soda ash demand set to grow by 6.5 to 7% annually fueled by green energy, how is GHCL innovating to stay ahead while keeping sustainability at its core?
See, innovation, there are many steps which we have taken in the innovations. Take an example of we are using instead of using the carbon, purchased carbon, which is a typical carbon like a coke, which is used for our product, we have started using the waste coke and that helps a kind of a reduction of the waste on that side. The second, as you rightly said, the new plant which is coming up, that is also, I would say that is a highly efficient plant. So on one side, this will continue, the journey of this will continue. On the other side, our cost competitiveness will continue, so that we continue to have a better margin. On the other side, we also continue to have a sustainability and challenging any waste which we have, any type of waste, be it a raw material waste, which is a more of a natural product like a salt or the limestone, how to reduce that, or any energy efficient, like I said, vacuum salt, we are producing out of the waste energy. So this helps me improving the margin also, and that helps me to kind of improve the carbon footprint as well.
GHCL is playing a high-stake battle, doubling its soda ash capacity to power India's green energy revolution while fending off China's market might. From Gujarat source to global markets, their story is of ambition, innovation, and resilience. But can they deliver on time, stay green, and keep profits flowing? Time is kicking and the world is watching. Mr. Jalan, thank you for joining with PTI.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you very much.